This coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. This fielded right at the goal line. Rodgers going to the air to start things out. He finds Corey Davis. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he can't find the receiver, and he's brought down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Throwing now is Rodgers. It's caught by Davis. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
They'll run with Hall. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers. That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Corey Davis. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
This could be the turning point.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. bring the big tight end across the formation left. Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The Broncos sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a double score. Is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
We got this. This could be the turning point.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. There's some space here. And now the rookie's free. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. On the return from his end zone is Graham. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Let's go now.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run again with Harris. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. In motion goes the tight end. On 2nd and 11 now. Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
70.
Gino now to throw. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Now a first down carry for Harris. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a first down here. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. From midfield, here's Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him,
taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Mecole Hardman. 44 yards. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off a big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On play action, Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Harris, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down and 4, Smith. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Check, smash, check, 18 Rattler, 79 Broncos.
From the 44, Smith. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Now Gino on 1st down. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. And they'll work this down inside the 30. 2nd down and 3.
Hey, smash Broncos!
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Smith on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
18, pioneer.
To the air again, Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. The return from his end zone is Grant. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Tackle made by Kaiser White. You know he can fly to the ball, and he showed it there. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll just get rid of it. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He will find Davis. That's complete. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down.
Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And the slot man goes in motion left. Just beating the play clock, Smith. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Gets this into the hands of Samaje Perine. And he will have a Broncos first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. From the 50, it's Smith. Rolling to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
99 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. To throw is Rodgers. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Jets have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Ready? Ready.
Throwing now is Gino. A throw left side, hauled in by Hamler. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Let's go.
On the give, this is Harris. Room here to run. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 on the first.
Come on, come on. Dragon 60.
Now Smith.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Now Gino. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Pat the street, pat the street.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
K.J. Hamler,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. And the Jets have got it. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
26.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to win.
Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Jets look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Zerline good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he had no room to run
as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here we go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. He's got the connection downfield to Hamler. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 155 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Mustang 19. Panther 60.
Now here's another carry for Harris. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Cut 19.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Smith. And my goodness, another interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. 25 yards that time. Geno now to throw. He's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Smith. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On the ground, it's Harris. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Crosby with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Smith. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. A huge play there for Denver. 45 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's Harris. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Now this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a counter, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Extra point try now for Crosby. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So there will no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 41.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
19 Lions.
On first down, Smith. And now here is another interception.
And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
See, this defense, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Buying time to his left.
Now this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Go to 50.
Rodgers looking to throw. This is caught. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Rodgers to throw once more. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but